Okay, we're live. He's actually right about that.
Yeah, it is. We do get some good stuff. Go ahead.
No, I mean we're live.
Yeah, we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted here at Audiohive Podcasting Studio with Brian here in the studio.
Yes, it's me.
Busted.
Brian put a new drop on the board, and Damon's going to be really excited about that. Besides that, Damon, what else happened in your week?
Well, first off, since that's added to our mix coming in,
Yeah.
I want to know why Dan didn't put that in originally.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm very Dan.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. Healy's house. We're gonna talk.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk. Not more cowbell. Need more drum roll. needs more Collins.
Let's start this. That I don't think people sit in this scene a lot, so the mic and headphones weren't on.
Yeah.
And you were hitting the buttons, and Mac lost his mind, just started giggling, having a great time.
Yeah. Well, so
Smile
did I.
on your face. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what am I missing? I put my headphones on. You hit it again because they're not on. I still didn't hear it. I'm like, what's going on? Put it on. You're still hitting the button, and it was.
Yeah.
Now-
And I can feel it.
Now at least 57 people just put their hands in the air and pretended to drum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
We-
that's what in the air, like that's what it means. Put
So-
your hands up and
So when you listen to a podcast, there's not a whole lot of interaction. Okay. So what we'll do for at least for the rest of this episode is we're going to go ready. And then we're going to go. So when you're in the car, you get to do something fun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Especially if you're a grown man. We had this discussion. If you're a grown man over the age of 25, this needs to happen. Okay.
Right.
If you're too young to even know
No,
what this
we're
is.
not giving the anticipation though of where it leads into that, but the song leads into that,
right.
and then you have to do. Well, we don't want to pay for that. That's the problem.
Correct.
But yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. All right, here it comes. It's coming. We're ready. Get your hands ready. Here we go. And then you go.
It's kind of like a roller coaster when it starts. You're creeping to the
Right.
top.
Right.
You're creeping. You're like, okay, throw your hands up and starting now.
But
Yeah.
in this, you throw your hands up like you do care.
Yeah. And if you do, you shouldn't, because that's not how the song goes at all. What did Tupac die for? What did he die for if we just throw our hands up like we care? It's not what happens. Is he dead?
Well, that's what I figured, that you were one of those people that believe you wouldn't. That's
He's
what I
at,
had you pegged for.
he's at Area 51. I want lunch with Tupac when I'm on my deathbed.
Right.
That's my Make-A-Wish, and that's my new one. Me and Tupac, we got to wear matching do-rags too. We really do. And I'm going to pierce my nose. Anyway, so we're doing a good episode here today. I feel like we haven't started with anything, but it's going to get good. It's going to get good real fast.
Gotta hope so.
Hey, so this week, I'm going to tell you about my week a little bit.
All right.
Stop laughing, Mac. We're not even doing this. Get ready. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. I cannot tell you that I perk up every time I do that.
Literally,
Yeah.
you sat up straighter than I've ever seen.
It's pretty awesome. Well, that's the Viagra. So anyway, I'm in Jewel, right? And this lady,
excuse me, we call it Jules.
yeah, I'm in Jules.
I'm in Jules.
Yeah,
There is more than one.
I'm in the family store. So anyway, I'm in Jules, and I'm in the checkout line, and this lady in front of me, she has some kind of wine or whatever, and she's now I'm 45, mid 40s. Okay,
4, 5, 6.
Okay, I'm mid 40s. She was probably mid to late 50s. Okay,
Still,
yeah,
4, 5, 6.
still 4, 5, 6,
Possibly 7, 8, 9.
maybe 7, 8, 9. So anyway, she's buying this wine, and the cashier, who's probably like 22, so she can ring it out herself, so she's over 21. She says, literally, how's this wine? And this is the response from the lady. OMG, you're not going to believe this stuff. No, that's not acceptable.
She's too old to use OMG.
Well, she's too old. Plus, you don't speak that way. Okay. Now, I do this to my kids, but my kids are 10 and 12. I like to make them uncomfortable. So I do stuff where I'd be like, I'll go in the room and I'll say something. I'll be like, I might do this today. IDK. And then I walk out and they're like, no. And they start screaming at me. But that's me messing with my kids.
Right.
She's literally talking to another human being that is an adult because they were able to scan out the wine. So they're over 21. And she said, OMG. Now she's probably twice their age. OMG was said. And I don't have a problem with people texting it, but that's not how you talk.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's the same thing as when the people like, and this is, I get it's a nervous tick, but the people that laugh at the end of their stuff because like there's been no reaction.
Yeah.
They'll say something like, I'm like, just don't do that.
Yeah.
That makes it worse. It makes it more cringy. It makes it more awkward. Your sentence was fine. It just didn't. Like, it didn't need a reaction. It
I know,
wasn't like,
I know a guy that
whoa! It didn't make me go, OMG.
I know a guy that does a whole podcast that way. He sits over on this side of the table.
Yeah,
See right there. No, but I
what
totally get it.
When it's not like meant to be humorous. It's just like, oh,
Right.
oh, okay. We
Well,
were
because-
having a normal conversation. I didn't need to be prompted.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
So,
it feels like that same cringy thing where it's like,
well, and I-
OMG. Like, no, I didn't need that.
and I'm just a witness.
Yeah.
All I am. Can I get a witness? That was
Yeah.
me. Okay. I'm just sitting there like, and I can't say anything, but I mean, inside your soul just crashes to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, this is where we've escalated to, that you are so engrossed in the,
Maybe they're Oklahoma made grapes.
yeah.
Maybe that's what she meant. OMG. Oh, the Oklahoma grapes. Sure. Those are great.
Right.
Oh, they're
right.
old Missouri grapes.
I can tell you right now, I wanted to stomp her.
They're old Missouri grapes. And here's a fact for you at a party. The French wine industry almost died like decades, well, it was like probably the 1800s, but they brought cuttings from Missouri over to save the vines. And so that's why the French wine industry still lives today. So maybe they're old Missouri grapes.
So you think she's onto something?
No, I think she's an idiot.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause-
I was giving her a lifeline, but I'm taking it back.
well, IDK either way. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm on your kid's side.
It does. Makes your skin crawl.
Well,
doesn't it?
what was the reaction of the young child ringing this
Oh,
person
well,
up?
she was just kind of like mortified. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll have to try it.
I was actually looking for more of a taste profile. I was looking for oaky or, fruity or, I wasn't looking for, like
Yeah.
emotes.
Yeah. Well, first off, that is sick AF.
Yeah.
And it is not OMG.
I'm just going to yeet this into your cart.
Right. Right. Oh, skeet. Okay, whatever.
Nope,
It's all
that was
good.
a
We went too
different-
far. Went too far.
Nope.
So anyway, what I'm saying is you can't, there's a certain age and I'm that age. So if she's older than me, it definitely,
yeah, she's passed. Yeah.
listen, if someone that was 19 and wouldn't get off their phone other than to swipe, to pay and is sitting there like, how's this one? OMG, it's so good. Okay. That's age appropriate.
Right.
But for someone who's, I don't know, menopausal, that's probably,
Now we're in a dangerous zone.
I'm just saying, OMG is probably not,
It's weird.
it's not
I'll
on the
give you that.
radar. It's not on the radar, So, but then I thought if I really, so I turned up my kids too. Like,
How much was she just buying one bottle?
no, I think she bought a couple.
Okay,
And-
well, I was just like, because if she's that excited, she'll only buy one. First off, I'm not buying it.
right. It's just so good. I have one wine money.
Yeah, right. This is fantastic. Just can I get a half of this? Can I break this? Can I split this?
Can I just get a cup? You do the whole Chris Rock. Can I just lick it off your finger?
How much for one rib?
How much for one rib? How about I just lick it off your finger? Okay. You eat the rib, I watch, and then I lick it off your finger. 10 cents. How do you do? What? Oh, Mac. See, when other people's bits come on, it's okay. But if Damon says his own stuff, not funny at all. Okay, get ready. Are we ready? That makes him smile.
I've seen that. I know what he's talking about.
That really is that should be, and again, I mean it as its full term. That should be our rim shot. Like when something's good at the end, but boom, that should be it.
Careful.
Yeah, that's why I said.
But
I
I
mean
also
it for
think
what
they
it
should
is.
put that like in places where anywhere where you see like people fading, like maybe in church.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the sermon, when you see people dropping off, just drop one of these in.
Yes.
Well, I just see all the dads like that have been like nodding off, like, "Whoa, Jesus, yeah, we brought him, we got him."
Collins 316 says yes.
Amen.
Phil Ippians. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, the Genesis reference was right there, but whatever. Really made that stretch.
And you got one dad with his arms crossed. I was more of a Mike and the Mechanics guy. I really don't care for that. Yeah. By the way, if you don't get these references, that's okay because you're not mid-40s.
Right.
So the other thing that happened this week is I had to take kids for their physicals. So Chuck's going to freshman year. She's got to get school physical and sports physical for football. Right. Marissa needs to get her school physical. Okay. So now I don't normally take the kids for physicals. And I don't know that I want to be in the room when my daughter has to discuss stuff with the doctor because she's at an age of 12 where I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now they got to talk about pipe work and
Yeah.
you don't have that kind of plumbing.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
And I was a plumber and I don't want, I don't want to know anything about it. So anyway, I step out of the room. I said, would you rather I step out? Because I could tell she's uncomfortable. So I'll
Right.
step out. So me and Chuck stand in the hallway. That's one thing too. When you go for a double appointment, they cram my big butt in there with my 2 kids, little table, a chair, and another person comes in the room. It's like, okay, this is like
Fat
a bad
guy in a tiny chair.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not even in the chair. I'm standing, but it's like a bad game.
Fat guy can't fit in the chair.
It's like a bad game of phone booth, though. Like everybody, hold on. Okay, I'll move this way. You move, It's like, I want to take his reflexes. I'll swing the hammer. You look and see what happens. It's like, what do you do? So
no
anyway.
One fart.
Yeah. So we walk in. So I said, it's funny on the way there. So I said, you're probably gonna have to pee in a cup. And Chuck's like, you're gonna have to pee in a cup, miss, like that. And I said, well, you're gonna have to crap on a plate. That's what I tell him, right? And he's like, what? I go, yeah. I'm going to fart on a picture. I don't know when it's going to happen, but somewhere we get in the room and there's this cool picture of this little kid holding the flower. And I go, that's the picture. That's the one. And they're like, don't do it, Dad.
If I get it on the flower, it's extra points.
Yeah. So we're trying to have fun and keep it light because you're at the doctor. I never liked going to the doctor, especially when I was a kid, because you'd like, am I getting shots? Am I not? So
I went to the doctor so much as a kid. It would just be like, oh, we're going to second home?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not like the dog with the vet. It's like, we're going to the vet again? Yeah. No, where are we going? Oh, that's not McDonald's. This is a doctor's office. You lied to me. So anyway, so the doctor comes in. Now it's a female doctor. And so she got to do the physical on Chuck. He's 14 years old. Okay. So she looks at him. Now she tells Miss, she goes, turn around. Miss standing in the corner. She says, turn around. And she says, okay. She says, I need you to drop your shorts. And she says, now I'm going to use her words. Okay.
I am already tense.
It is awesome. Okay.
I'm not convinced.
So she while making eye contact, I'm going to make eye contact with you while I do this. Okay. But she says, okay, I'm going to touch your penis. I'm a doctor and your dad's right there. It's okay. No one else should ever do this.
Wait,
that's what she tells him.
Including him?
So he tells me on the way home, like, sinner. That's what I tell him. I'm like, don't. Then I told him, I said, Chuck, you better marry a doctor someday, but I'm not going on your honeymoon with you.
Right.
It's like, what do you want me to say?
I want you to use your penis.
We had
I am your spouse and a doctor, and your dad is right there.
So Chuck,
no one else should do this.
That's exactly what he said. So when the doctor leaves, Chuck turns around and goes, man, so that guy that's in a white trench coat behind the dumpster says, I'm a doctor. I should just let him go like that. And I'm like, that's not how it works, son. But he had a lot of fun with it. And even the rest of it.
Am I there?
Right.
Am I with you? Because that was contingent in the plan.
There was like so much added to this. And your dad's right there. No one else should ever do this. Now I said, just for the record, your dad's looking at the wall like your sister. I said, that's what I said, But the weird thing is
did she touch the sack? Because there's other things you need to.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. I have to have permission to touch your penis. Anyone can touch your balls.
Yeah. They do not need to be a doctor, and your father does not need to be present.
Dumpster guy. Yes. A-okay.
I found this coat in the coat rack in the waiting room. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. No, I'm Dr.
I can relate because my pediatrician was female. And there was one visit where I was like, okay, we need to move to the adult medicine.
Yeah, right.
I remember that visit. I was like, nah, I'm out.
Well, and he said, Dad, honestly, the most awkward thing was she made eye contact the whole time. He goes, so it's just really weird for her to be like, you're not doing anything wrong. It's not. I'm like, I understand.
Yeah, the ASMR thing part of it. And now I'm going to be putting this glove on.
Yes.
Because I don't want skin contact with your penis.
So that was our joke. Now, mind you, my wife's going to hear this. She's going to murder me.
Well,
so we're in the car. So we're in the car.
Also, we might have to have Mac do a little recording.
Yeah.
The guys are going to talk about stuff today.
No, timestamp right now because I had my son and daughter in the car and we had a nice discussion because we had no mom. So we really turned this up a notch in the car.
Oh, yeah. She's going to love that sentence.
Yeah. So anyway, we're in the car and like anything, Chuck, he's like if we go to change the station, he's like, it's okay. I'm a doctor. You know what I mean? We're just having fun with it. Right. And I said, wouldn't it crack you up though? If like the doctor was like, when she comes out, she's like, that's 14 patients. Haven't changed my gloves. I told you I'm going to get to 16 today. Like that. And I said, cause Chuck, she checked your mouth first. That's what I tell him. And he's like, he's falling out of the chair laughing. And Marissa's like, oh, you had that glove in your mouth, and she's picking on him.
You know what though? I can't wait till when you go to the doctor, bring him along so he can be like, okay, Damon.
Yeah.
I have to stick my finger in your butthole.
And your son is here.
But it's okay because I'm a doctor and your son is right here.
Yes. And your PPO is paying for this.
And he just turns to Chuck and he's like, look what you get to look forward to.
Yeah.
We get to do it on both sides.
But my doctor's creepy. He's like, look at it. Don't you turn to the corner. Look at it. He's like, no, he's all of a sudden, he's Hulk Hogan. You know, look at it, brother.
Look at it, brother. Look at it, wink at you.
Come on, brother. Doc, you're in up to your wristwatch. Look at it, brother. You look at it. It's okay because you're here. It was so mellow. And again, I totally understand. And it's professional. And but he said, Dad, could have done without. He said just the speech of, hey, but
yeah,
then,
well, I'm sure someone said something at some point. Like
correct.
Ruined it at some point.
Correct.
But here's the thing: is like more people are worried about a doctor touching their child's genitals than actually a doctor checking to make sure your child has healthy genitals. I mean,
right.
That's the whole point.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So
now if they make like, yeah, that doctor has to
do the voice, Ted. If they come in as Herbert.
All right, now I need you to drop your shorts.
It's okay.
Oh, this is going to be so good for the doctor. Oh, I'm going to love this. Oh.
Mac is dying over there. Hey, Mac, you ready? Are you ready? Do it again. We'll pull you out.
Now that doctor has to go.
Yeah. Right.
I'll be the first in line to be like, yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, your coat says Denny's on it. I think you're a chef, and I'll use the quotes right this time. But no, I totally get it. But we had so much fun with that.
7 years of medical school is worth it. I tell you what.
That's not right.
No, but it was very like you said, you know, the part that I thought was weird, and you're right. Somebody had to say something sometime. Yeah. So now it gets weird. Starting now. No, what was weird is when she said no one else should do this. And it's like, he is 14. I think he kind of gets it that, right. I'm supposed to protect everything. Okay. But there's certain things that I protect even more. Okay.
Here's the thing though. Who was in the room at this point?
So my daughter, who's literally
she told him that. Okay, that's the only part I need to clarify.
She's in the dunce cap. She's got her nose in the corner.
I get it though, but everyone left so she could have a conversation with the doctor one-on-one because of the awkwardness.
Right.
But they left her in the room for your son's junk to be out.
Yes. Yeah. You know what would have been great though if she would have gave the speech? It's okay because your dad's here and so's your little sister. So now it's like, okay, this has to be a family outing every time.
Because imagine if this had happened in the 1940s. When everyone had to there was no TV. Everyone was visual anyway. So it'd be like a radio play behind you. Like she could have visualized everything because that's how great people were visualizing due to the having to do that with listening to the radio. Oh,
yeah.
That'd be so gross.
No, but and you hear her say, she goes, now turn your head and now cough. Well, he's like kind of giggling. So he's like, and I'm like, you can cough better than that. Come on. So I'm like rooting him on, looking at the wall. Yeah.
Wait, what's going on over there?
No, don't get that wrong.
What's going on?
I think Dr. Herbert's back in the room. Don't be doing that. I love the way though. Every time you do that voice, Mac just starts cracking up.
I can't see it.
Yeah,
it's all for you. It's
well, you can hear him though.
Yeah.
You can hear him, and he's got the whole. You know how you just see the chuckle. Like the big dad chuckle. Where you're like, he's moving. The body's moving. You don't have to hear it. He's laughing. But no. So that was my week. Doing that. Oh, and then I did get roped into one more tradition. Because as we've talked about in the parochial household, if you do something once and they determine they like it, it's now tradition.
Do you guys get out the scroll?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I guess it's going on the parchment.
This is added to the parchment, son. Someday you'll hand this to your children. No, I'll throw it in the fireplace. I ain't doing all that crap. Right. I'm not that stupid.
No, I'll put it on the roll because it's better than that one ply you give us.
Yeah. So we're getting done and they go, where are we going to lunch? And I go, what do you mean going to lunch? Every time Mom takes for a physical, we go to lunch.
All right. So shoes, it's Taco Bell. Is the tradition. Where is after you've had the cup and balls?
Oh, yeah. So where this happened to be, first off, I went to check on my pressure washer to see if they had one yet. They still don't have one. They don't know when they will, and they've already gotten their truck. Okay.
Truck comes Monday.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't one on the truck Monday, but they didn't know that.
I know when the truck comes. I don't know what's on it.
Correct.
I could work there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have as much information as they do.
Correct. So anyway, so they didn't have it. So I said, all right, I said, let's go over here. I took them to Sonic because there's no Sonic by us.
I just had Sonic this week as well.
So I went to Sonic. Now I really like their grilled chicken sandwich. So I said, I'm going to get a grilled chicken sandwich. So we go to Sonic and I said, you guys want to eat here? You want to eat in the car? I said, even if you eat here, you eat in the car. They're like, no, let's park. So we did the car hop thing, where you pull up. So they come out and they didn't bring Chuck his tater tots. So I'm like, hey, and luckily it says like, I don't remember her name, but Megan, whatever, we'll be bringing your food. It says on the screen. So she comes out. I've already paid. She comes out. She gives the stuff. And she's already gone. Like all I see is a screen. I'm like, Megan, excuse me, Megan. I'm like, hello. And Miss goes, she's coming back. I said, okay. She comes back. She goes, well, she got her fries. I said, I didn't have any fries. I just had a sandwich. But I said, he didn't get his tots. Oh, okay. I'll go get those. Thank you. So she comes back with those. So I tell the kids when we're about done, I said, hey, listen, I kind of want ice cream. You know what I mean? And so
I mean, you didn't have fries or tots, so you're rewarded, sure.
So I said, I kind of want ice cream. I said, should we order ice cream? And they're like, yeah. So we order ice cream. So I order 3, 3 whatever they do, and I order myself a large. Like they got mediums, large. I didn't have fries. You know what I mean? I earned it. So anyway, so they come out and they have the 2 mediums. And they have small. I've already paid. A little frustrated. I said, well, that's supposed to be, yeah, I just saw that on the ticket. Well, if you just saw that on the ticket, why did you continue to walk up to the thing?
Right.
And be like, ta-da,
mistake.
Well, because honestly, here's the deal. Had you given me 2 smalls and a medium, I'd have been like, wow, these sizes really suck. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you didn't. You gave me 2 mediums and then hence a smaller size.
Right.
Okay. And even if those are both larges, cool. I still need one that size,
Right.
So he goes, here, you can keep this one because we can't. And I said, honestly, I don't want it. I said, I got nowhere to put it. We're going to drive home, 20 minutes. I'm like, no, I don't want it. Thank you. And I didn't pay yet. I was paying right then. And I gave him a 20 or whatever. And I said, just keep the change. I said, but I'd like the right size. He goes, okay. He comes back with it. And we left. And the kids were like, you're really going to eat all that? I'm like, no, probably not. Dude, they're like, we can't finish. And you hear me, straws on the bottom. Like, yeah, I can't finish either. Yeah. We can't. They're like, you want me to throw your cup away? No, I'll do it. I'm done. I'm done. I'll throw it away. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. But no, it was just funny because they come out and honestly, he goes, yeah, I saw that when I was coming out, when I was walking over here. Then why?
Right.
I would have just turned around and been like, hey, my best chance of maybe getting a tip from this dude or anything is to be like, ta-da, here's your right order.
Or I would have just put the one down.
Yeah.
Brought the ones that were right.
They're still making yours, sir.
They're still making yours. I just didn't want anything to happen to these real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cover it up before you get there. Be like, yeah, I caught this mistake. I wanted you to see it too. I'm so proud of it.
That's what I'm like. That's supposed to be a large. I know that too. What do I win? No. That's not how it works, son. That's not how it works.
You get one shot. You blew it.
Yeah. How was your week?
Wow, I don't know if I can't top this.
Huh?
Why even talk about it?
Turn your head and cough then.
Nope. I will tell you that I got one quick story, I guess. I rented a car because I'm traveling for work again this week.
Yeah.
And rental cars post-pandemic are so horrible now.
And expensive.
And it's not, not the expensive part. Well, that's funny because for some reason the rate was cheaper this time than it was last time.
Really?
Yeah. And then I get a call and they're like, hey, you need to bring down proof of employment because we've had some people post corporate accounts online and they've been using it. And I was like, oh, okay, I've been renting a car from you using this corporate account for 5 years now, but now you need me to come down and show you that I work for this company.
Have they been posting it for 5 years online?
That's what I'd be like. I think the horse has left the barn, my friend. I think we're past that point. And I was like, all right, if that's your rule, that's fine. And I come down there and, well, first they call me for that.
Yeah.
And then they said, we got you for noon, right? And I was like, yeah. And then I said noon because I wasn't sure when I'd get down there, but because of the hours, they're so bad now. It used to be they'd be open a little bit before 9 to 5 and they'd be a little bit open a little later than 9 to 5. Now they're basically 9 to 5. Good luck.
Right.
It's like if you work a regular job, good luck renting a car because you're not getting it.
Today was 4:55. Sorry about your bad luck, sir. Yeah.
So they come and go down for noon. I'm like, yeah, I should be there. Well, something came up at work. I didn't get over there. My lunch didn't start at the right time. So then at 12:50, I get another call. And I was like, hey, this is Ted. Like, yeah, this is some rental car place calling.
Yeah.
We just want to know if we got you down make sure you're still coming. And I was like, yeah, you called me like 2 hours ago and asked me if I was coming to noon. I was like, I gave myself a little window of time, but I wasn't sure when I'm going to be there. And you hear the guy go, I'm like, what do you... Do you have to pay if the car's on the lot? Like,
this small shake is melting, sir.
Right. And so then I get down there, and then they're like, "Oh, you're paying with a corporate card. Well, we don't need your ID." I'm like, "I've always paid with a corporate card." Like, God, it's so irritating.
Yeah, we don't need
And
your
then,
ID.
Like, they're like, the guy's like, "Do you need to take the insurance?" And the guy next to him is like, "Oh, he's corporate. It's all in his corporate. You don't have to ask him those questions." And I'm like, "Why aren't you helping me?" And he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry. We're just training a new guy." And I'm like, "Okay, you're training a new guy, but you're the guy that called me twice. So who's training you?"
Yeah.
But just like me and knowing the place with the power washers, like I could work down there. I mean,
Right.
they're going through all the stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. I got initial 3 boxes. I got to sign 1. Can we just move on past this? I've checked the car. I've showed you the giant scratch. We've already I've done your job for you. Can I just go now?
Right.
But yeah, it's so for like.
How about if I train the new
Yeah.
guy? Give me 5 minutes with the new guy.
Right.
I'll be out of here.
And that's the thing about rental car places. There was one period for maybe 18 months where the same guy was there, and it was heaven.
Yeah. Problem is
usually
those guys
every
get,
usually
they get
every
promoted.
time
Yeah.
I usually rent on average once a month, and almost every time there's a different person.
Yeah.
To see the same person back to back, it's like, what are you doing here? So for 18 months in a row, oh, Mr. Wilson, we got your car. We know what you want and everything. I'm like, thank God. Let's go. They would just hand me the keys.
You
and I
got
would drive
spoiled.
off.
You got
Oh,
spoiled.
I did.
You got spoiled.
Because then there was one time for 6 months, there was a person, I gave him a good review. And every time I gave it, they upgraded me every time without asking. And so I got used to having really good cars. And now I'm back into like do you want the Toyota or the Nissan? I don't care. It's
Right.
the same beige, silver, almost black, not brown, crappy, maybe green, slightly blue car.
Right.
Just, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If they were like, do you want like the mid-engine Corvette or, like the Chevy Spark? I'd be like, well, that's a choice.
Yeah.
Like, do I want the Altima or the Camry? They're the same car. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
I don't care.
I will not drive white.
Yeah.
I will not drive a white car. They look dirty all the time. No, but I totally, that's an entry level job from business school. So that's what that is. You get a degree in business
And
for whatever.
I'm not blaming
Right.
them. It's just
Right.
It's hard to have customer service if you never know the person that's going to be there, and they're asking you because they don't know that you've ever rented a car before. They're asking you as if you're day one. I'm like, I do this every month, and some
Right.
people I'm sure do it every week.
Right.
And it's got to be super frustrating to be like, okay, well, do you need no, I don't need a toll pass. No, I don't want you to turn on the Sirius radio. No, I don't want
Yeah.
And this is just me, anger guy shaking my fist.
No,
Clouds.
but
I get it, but
But it's true because it's customer service. And like now I realize corporate is paying for your vehicle, but I'm renting a car tomorrow on a trip in a little while. And
you all fancy here.
but I'm telling, I want somebody else's it's somebody else's problem. If it breaks, bring me another
yes,
one.
I know. Every time we've gone on a trip,
Yeah.
we've taken someone else's car.
Yeah, because I've done that one time and once, Johnny, once. You know what I mean? But no, so it's the same thing though. Is I look at the prices and what they're charging, I'm like, wow, and I realize it. If you can get it, take it. I guess because I'm sure there was a long time where nobody was traveling.
They
and
sold off most of their fleet to stay alive, and now they don't have any. So that
they can't get
the
new cars.
demand is now outstripping the supply, so they're
Yeah.
raising the price. In Hawaii, people are renting U-Hauls because it's cheaper than rental cars.
Yeah.
Why don't you just rent a U-Haul? Throw your kids in the back.
Yeah.
Dunk, 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 dunk. I'm not back there. Neither's
Hey
the doctor.
kids, we're gonna take the train tracks.
I'm not back there. Neither's a doctor. You better get your hands off.
I took every frontage road from here to Boston. How? I didn't know they had a frontage road that went that far.
Oh yeah, Mac. Damon's driving to Boston.
Going to Boston. Well, I'm going to different places, but yeah,
That's cool.
going to what, Hershey, Pennsylvania, Boston, and then way back we're
Oh,
doing
pick me up a squirt while you're there.
a squirt. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
from
I'll give
Hershey.
you a squirt. Yeah. I'll yeet it right onto you. You'll be fine.
These don't taste grapefruit. I don't understand. These squirts are different. I remember I was watching something recently with commercials, which is weird for me, but they were talking about Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah,
And like, it's your drive-to destination. And I'm like, well, not for Damon.
yeah.
Anywhere in the continental United States is the drive-to destination for Damon.
Yeah. It's my pass-by destination.
Right.
Hey, Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah.
All right.
You're only 2.5 hours away? Well, that's nothing. Come on.
Come on. I let my 12-year-old drive this far.
Which brings me to a point I almost forgot. So last week we were talking about hypnotism.
Yeah.
I make you this statement.
Yeah.
If you go get hypnotized to the point where you can take a flight across, like to the other coast,
Yeah.
then I will believe that it works and I will go get hypnotized for anything you want.
Really? Yeah, but I can still die on that flight. So Ted's like, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah, that doesn't change my risk. What do I care?
Look, we've weighed the pros and cons. Our list is solid. Our list, just one
That
side.
checks out with Dead and Ted.
Yeah. The con side is just death written really big and in red, like blood dripping off it.
Well, I don't have to change any of the socials if I just leave it Ted and Ted. That checks out WTT.
Yeah. Well, and you're still like Ted and Teddy Lipsies. You're
I'm the second guy. Yeah. Who's the first? Well, he's dead. But
no, that was
I don't want to change all the stuff.
right. Look, new Ted's kind of busy. I'm doing doing 2 times the work on a podcast. I don't have time to mess around with this.
I don't have time for that.
You know, I'm going to hire a guy named Ted to do this for me. Hey, so we've caught up on our week and we're like half hour in. So that's pretty solid.
That's pretty typical for us.
Mac, you did some live sound last night. You got anything else?
Yeah. Did more than 6 people show up?
Yeah, I was actually surprised because none of them were in front of me, and I was kind of focusing there.
Yeah.
And I turned around, I was like, "Oh, there's like 200 people up there."
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
put that in your video.
Freaked me out a little.
Yeah.
bit.
I was just saying, I saw the video and I'm like,
I did do a turn.
yeah,
one
that's the
turn.
one I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I laughed because I saw the video at first and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope this is sound check because there's nobody on the
Yeah.
lawn.
Do a little Bonnie Tyler there, man.
That's pretty much what it was like all night.
Everyone's behind me, but I'm showing the front. Turn around.
So it was good though?
Yeah. The last 2 sets, it was like everybody's kid was up there, so they're wild crowd. We're all under 10 years old.
Oh, jeez. That's pretty cool though. So it was a good time though.
No, it's cool. It's free. It's like the Village in New Lenox. People can just show up. They can bring their cooler. They can bring their own food, drinks, booze, like whatever.
You had nice weather for it too.
It's a
It
super nice place. Yeah.
was nice weather.
Oh, is this the thing you were talking to Monster about? That thing?
In New Lenox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. They do a Friday after 5. They do like concerts there all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got ZZ Top playing there next week.
Get out of here.
For real. I might work on it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So with the stagehand.
We're tied up next Friday.
Yeah, we're busy.
We don't want to talk about it because we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, because
Since
this won't come out, right?
since we're hitting vacation palooza, okay, between Mac and myself and Ted's gonna go just get a rental car and go to work. But
Yeah.
anyway, but since we're all gonna be traveling, yes, we are double up. Yeah, we know how that goes. We're gonna double up on shows. So yeah, next time we'll be in the studio will be a couple weeks from now. So that's pretty crazy. So, but no, we are,
And we're already ahead, so it'll be
yeah. It's kind of we're gonna
be a
have
couple weeks from when you're listening to this.
So if this episode sucks, which I've lived it does. In a couple weeks should be great because we're gonna have so much stuff to talk about.
Right. Yeah,
So-
we do cut up on our week, and we're 6 hours in.
Yeah, we did a triple show today, and we didn't get to anything other than how was your day?
Yeah, we might have to take notes.
We probably will.
We'll take notes throughout the next.
Well, I
few
do,
days.
and I take them in my phone and leave. Now, so I have no inside Damon's head this week, which is probably good.
I mean, that's good every week.
But that's where we got this. Get ready. Right. So good stuff comes from inside Damon's head. I do have a Fight Me Bra for the week. Okay. This one here might be one of my favorite. Now, I will tell you right now, we've done some good ones like the Bert and Ernie and that's, by the way, I found a picture of that. Someone had a Twitter. I Googled it and was looking around. Someone had a Twitter of it actually happening. So there's some still shots of basically Sesame Street throwing blows. It was amazing. I will put that up when that episode airs, which it already did. So you're good. You saw it.
Right.
Congratulations. We're in the now. But anyway,
Yeah, this is getting a little
Yeah.
inception.
it is kind of weird. But so the Fight Me Bra for this week. All right. This is the direct quote. Got drunk on Jaeger in college. Got angry at a stop sign for telling me how to live my life. Continuously headbutting said stop sign. Was not allowed to drink Jaeger again. That's the Fight Me Bra of the week.
Now, you've never been a big drinker, right?
I have not, and I've never fought an inanimate object.
Yeah, I can't say I've done that either. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
But you gotta be pretty wasted, right?
Yeah, I've been pretty wasted though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time in college. This guy was like, "Hey, you want to kill this bottle of gin?" I'm like, "In the sink, sure,"
Yeah.
because I'm not a gin fan. But I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'm still an idiot man. I got to show you up, right?"
Right.
So we went shot for shot on it, and finally there was probably a quarter left, and he was like, "I'm done." I'm like, so I took it down. Cut to the next morning where we're all going for breakfast, and that guy's sitting on my porch, still hacking over the
The rail.
over the rail. I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna go get eggs."
Yeah.
Oh, that mental thing has got to be the worst when you're super drunk. Because eggs, like people over there, like, "Hey, we're gonna go get soft
Yeah.
eggs."
Yeah. That texture.
Yeah.
Probably not all the way cooked.
Yeah.
Over easy.
Yeah. Maybe a little old too.
Yeah. But no, I've never fought an inanimate object. So I can't in the Fight Me Bra award, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
You know. I can't say that I've ever seen anybody. I saw a guy one time pass out on it was his birthday. And he was about 4 or 5 years older than me.
Was he at work?
No, he was off that day.
Yeah.
It was a weekend. So anyways, his birthday. And he got so drunk. I think I might have told this story already. So I'll just Cliff's notes. They stripped him down to his underwear, put a cup. He was a huge Sox fan, put a Cubs batting helmet on him, and then wrote on him, right, with permanent marker, "Happy birthday, dude." You know, whatever. They're writing stuff on him. And
Wait,
then
they didn't draw like a nice deck. With
I'm sure they did.
With a pool.
But it's okay.
And,
It's okay. The doctor was there, and so was
yeah.
his dad. It's okay. It's
Fine.
okay. So anyway, then they decide they're going to pose him on the pool table for pictures, because we didn't have phones back then, but they'd actually like snap a picture with a camera.
Yeah.
And somebody shot the cue ball directly into "Turn Your Head and Cough."
Right.
Okay, and didn't flinch. That's how bad he was out. Wakes up a couple minutes later, says, "I want breakfast." Well, we used to have what we called the river rat, remember, out there. So you'd go for breakfast at a truck stop,
yeah,
which was
my
not
old man
good.
worked there.
Yeah, it was not great, but you'd go there because it was food and it was open 24 hours. So they load him in the car. We got 2-3 cars of people going there. We all get there. He's passed out to the point where he cannot wake up and go inside. So now we're all getting breakfast that we didn't necessarily want.
Right.
Okay. We get out. We're going back. We're almost back to the house. And I'm ready. I'm ready to call night. He wakes up and he goes, "When are we getting breakfast?" And he's, smacking his lips like everybody does when they come out of stuff. And and I'm like, "We did. You had eggs. They were great." "Oh man, good. I'm probably gonna have to take a shit in the morning." Falls asleep again, and he's done. I'm like, I don't know what else to do,
Yeah.
but you're
Now,
you're
if only
done.
you thought of that the first time.
Right.
You wouldn't have had to go to the
right.
vet.
So I'm not smart.
Right.
I'm not super quick, but that's what we do. So anyway, it was just a funny story because it's like, okay, that's probably the drunkest I've seen somebody.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people just pass out and they're asleep, but to like keep coming out and then to see somebody again, we just talked about how you probably protect your parts, some parts more than others. To see a full-size cue ball shot there seems to be, I would be alerted to
Yeah.
that.
Have you ever seen that trick where someone puts a quarter on a pool table and they're like, "Hey, I can hit this quarter and then I'll hit these 2 balls and I'll split them," but it hits the quarter and bounces up because it hits it.
Because you're like leaning in to look at
It
it.
launches just high enough to go over the rail, and then that's what it does.
Yeah.
Well, we won't name names, but your cousin tried to do that to me. That's when he learned how great my reflexes are, because the ball hit the quarter, flew up in the air, and
Did
my
you catch
hand.
it?
Oh yeah, my hand just went and caught it right in front of me, right in front of the zipper, and everyone was like, "I'm like, yeah, I protect those, thanks." And I put the ball back down, but man,
Defense. Defense.
we didn't even see your hand. I'm like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I thought that was a pretty good fight me, bro.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good fight me. I like that. Like I said, I honestly, not if he's a buddy of mine, no, but it's a complete stranger. I'd love to watch somebody headbutt a stop sign a couple times.
Right.
A buddy of mine, one time.
And all they have to be is like, Jaeger. Yeah, sure. I'd be telling my head to stop too. Sure.
Well, and again, I'm sure he gave us the Cliff's notes there, but it's like, you got to be, there's more than just, he got angry at the stop sign for telling me how to live my life. There's got to be a whole, no, you will not tell, there's got to be a lot more
Right.
to that,
Oh yeah, that stop sign definitely was wearing someone else's face. That stop sign had Nick Cage with John Travolta. That's
Right,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What did you?
No, Dad.
Yeah.
You will not put me in a doctor's office with my sister again.
Yeah. It's not okay because they're a doctor.
That was a callback. For
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, that was a callback for anybody paying attention. Hey, so we got time for a strange story. We
Yeah.
got to do a strange story. All right. Cleaning fairy accidentally breaks into home and cleans it up.
Now, is this a ferry that takes cars across a lake? Or is this like a ferry from Zelda?
Yeah.
So basically like the Tooth Fairy, but this is a cleaning ferry.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So let's see here. It says, if anyone's ever going to break into your home, hope it's this guy. Okay.
Yeah. Can we submit addresses?
Right. Yeah. I leave my front door unlocked and there's cookies in the fridge.
Yeah.
Well, not in the fridge, in the pantry.
Don't
Yeah.
get silly because I'm across from the police station.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not make, so
Don't make it weird.
before we even get into this story, because I don't know a lot about it other than the title. I can see me getting startled and getting woken up, coming down, going to defend my property, and then saying, "You're doing it wrong." You know what I mean? Because that's how I am.
Right.
Okay. I'm very anal about how the stuff gets done at my house. I'll be
No,
like, right.
You could have stopped.
Yeah.
I'm very anal was where the period goes, and that's
yeah,
ends.
yeah. There's really Yeah, we don't have to specify where you are.
You did not need to quantify that.
Yes, correct. Okay, so location means nothing.
Yeah.
I'm very anal. Okay, that's just how it is. But it says one of the worst.
Mac was like, yes,
yes. Finally, I agree with something. That's not this. Get ready.
Mac, is Damon wrong?
No.
Yeah, correct. That is correct. For the love of God, give me the answer. That is correct. So basically, the house was locked, but the person that broke in is Louis Angelino III.
I see.
Okay,
Call him Trips.
Yeah. So Trey did a great job cleaning my house. He's from Barrington, New Jersey. He works as a clerk at a liquor store. However, to make ends meet, he also fought a stop sign once. No more. His face.
I'm going to clean up my act and your house.
His face is a little messed up and tinted red, but other than that, we don't know. He also runs a private cleaning gigs on the side. One day in June, he was on his way to clean a new client's apartment. However, he ended up at the wrong address and unknowingly broke in. First off, if you're going to break into somebody's house, like I wouldn't go, hey, cleaning guy's coming. Let's lock him out and see if he can get in.
Right.
That's not what you do.
Yeah, so he's locked out.
Yeah.
That's not a sign.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, he's bad with signs.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
He's on Jaeger when he goes to clean.
You're not stopping me, sign.
Yeah. You don't tell me it's not clean, mop. I'm clean right now. Yeah.
I was paid to clean this house. I will clean this house. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
So, however, he ended up at the wrong address, broke into someone else's house. Of course, the residents of the home were shocked that someone broke in, but they were also incredibly confused when they realized the place was impeccably spotless. So you're like,
We've
someone's
been cleaned out.
Nope, we've been cleaned up. Imagine calling the cops and be like, okay, here's the deal.
So we got good news and bad news.
Yeah, you're going to need to find a guy. Here's the good news. He's probably holding a mop bucket.
You're going to need to find the guy because I'm going to tip him.
Yeah.
But then he needs to pay me back for the lock he broke.
What's his bond going to be? Because I'm going to tip him over and above that.
It's funny you say this because I was invited to a thing maybe this week, maybe last week, but I couldn't make it. But I was still in the thread and I could see people, and someone's like, "Hey, I'm here. Are we supposed to just walk in? It's locked." 2 seconds later, like, my door's open and I don't see you. So I didn't say anything. And the next day I reached out individually, like, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I wasn't feeling well. I just need to know, was he at the wrong house? And it came back like, yes, he was. And I was like, oh, delicious. Love it all. It was so great. Like, yeah, it's unlocked and I don't see you at all.
Right. So
you could literally just like, are we doing this? Are we coming?
So I wanted to hand deliver. We're on a tangent now. I wanted to hand deliver.
That's what we do.
A note
Tangent checks out. That's what.
To a football player. I just got done coaching in the spring, and he's going into high school. Well, he hurt himself last game of the season, and then his mom actually took him to the hospital. He broke his collarbone. His mom actually took him to the hospital before the game was when the game was over. So he didn't make the whole after speech and this and that and the hugging and the tears and the hey, gonna miss you guys. He wasn't there for none of that. So, and he's a really good kid. He's very quiet, doesn't say much, but does whatever you ask him to do. So I told Chuck, I said, hey, I get the address for his house. Well, I get it from the head coach. So I delivered this to the house. No one was home. Even the screen door was locked, which sucked because I'm like, I can't even open it and stick it in there. I'm not going to go to their mailbox and mess with that.
That's a federal offense.
That actually is a federal offense. So I'm not going to do that. But the UPS guy just showed up and put a package on the thing. So I look like I'm stealing the package. Like she's leaving and I'm like, hey, and I walk right up there and I'm like messing with the door. First I ring the doorbell. I don't hear it. So you do the knock thing because everybody's got doorbells that don't work. It is what it is. So I knock, no one comes. I'm like, man, I think I hear steps, but it is what it is. No dog, no nothing. So I'm going to open the screen door and just stick it in there, slide it, so it's kind of hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work. Well, and it's a really good screen door, so you can't it's got a nice, you can't wiggle it in there either. I'm like, okay. So here's this UPS box on the porch. So I go and I basically stand the box up where it's the taped edge, and I slide it in there so it's standing up, it's got the kid's name on it, and I leave. And Chuck goes, well, he says, they'll find it. And I said, maybe. Because if someone comes and steals that package, you know what I mean? Oh, this was really heartfelt. This is nice, Who's Owen? So or I got the wrong address, and the kid's across the street watching me. He's not 209, he's 210, and he's like, what's coach doing over there?
You wait to do the whole thing and be like, hey, coach, do you know them too? What I was hoping you were going to say is that you dropped it in the box and it slid in there, and then you looked at the label and realized it was the wrong name. Like,
no, that would have been good.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Now we are stealing
Yeah, I was like,
package.
now we are getting in this box.
First off, it's only wrong to take mail, right? This is not a federal
Right.
offense.
I'm
This
just
is
taking back my part.
Yeah. And these shoes. They are wonderful.
I mean, Chuck didn't need shoes. So.
Right. Yeah, correct. Chuck, we're sending them back.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Angelino.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
So Trey, all right. So basically, wow. He got the new client through word of mouth. Well, the new client's probably pissed because the new client's house is still dirty.
Right.
And he's like, where's my money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
He's probably calling like, you said you'd be here at noon.
Yeah.
I gave myself a window. Wasn't sure.
Okay, so here's the weird part. Client gave Angelino the address and said he'd left a key under the doormat.
So you get there, it's locked. There's no key.
Yeah.
Unless,
I think that's
unless there was like surprisingly a key at the other one, and that's how we got in.
Oh.
Like,
Okay,
oh, well, there's a key.
Let's
I
go
get in.
farther. He arrived at the house he thought he was supposed to work with his cleaning gear, checked under the doormat, and what do you know? There was a key.
Ah.
Oh, I like it, Ted. Look at
Look
you.
at Perry Mason here figuring it out.
Columbo. So really, you can't blame the guy. Everything matched. Let's see here. He entered the townhome very dutifully and got to work. He spent the next 2.5 hours cleaning the place, scrubbing the stove, mopping the floors. After he was done, he thought he'd spend a moment playing with 2 of the cats that were running around. Then he got a phone call from the original client. And the man on the phone asked if he ever got around to cleaning his place since it looked like no one had touched it. I said, I'm literally in your living room right now playing with your cats and waiting for you to walk in. He was like, Louis, I don't have any cats, man. In that moment, I froze. My heart dropped. I was just like, where am I right now? What's going on? His friend came over and wrote a quick apology note to the home's real residents before the two took off. So,
Like hitting their car.
sorry I cleaned your place.
Yeah.
That'll be $119.
Yeah. Or the classic, I'm writing this note because I hit your car and there were witnesses. And then just-
My name, good luck. It's really thank you for not being here. Thank you for no cameras. So coming clean, let's see here. The real residents are Beth Motzel and her husband. She said she received a panic phone call from her husband on the day when they got home. It's easy to see why the husband might have been confused. The couple has been renovating their home, so they expected it to be a mess. Imagine that guy getting in there going, you didn't tell me I had construction going on. It can't be worse than I'm right here playing with your cats. Buddy.
Wait, it'd be good if the first guy is single, right? And
Yeah.
this is the married couple. And he's like, he's cleaning up, and there's all like he finds a whole bunch of women stuff, and he's like, this guy certainly didn't tell me all of his business.
You have a pantyhose drawer and
Yeah.
nightgowns.
Right.
What are you doing? Right. He called me in a panic, said someone was here and cleaned the whole place. That's what her husband did. Oh,
That wasn't in the budget.
and the person left them a strange note. It said the mysterious cleaner had accidentally entered the wrong house and included a name and phone number. I wouldn't have done that.
Right. Well, he didn't say it was his name and phone number.
Right.
Leave like the name for Mary Maids.
Or not even that, but it's like, no, I don't want new carpet. 588-2300. What the hell am I calling?
Today.
So Matzel contacted Angelino's friend who put her in touch with Does Angelino not have his own phone? Why didn't he put his own phone on there? Okay. Hey, buddy.
Well,
write
just
a
like,
note.
hey, it wasn't me, it was my friend. He just wants to know. He
So-
wanted me to ask you if you're okay.
On
Just
a-
check this box.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you?
Right. Ooh, an 8? Okay, well, I can't
Oh,
pass you
no,
along.
Then I can't give you his number. No, you know what?
Yeah.
He's not my friend. Don't know him.
Right.
Don't know how you got my number. Hang up on yourself. Yeah. So when he answers, he goes, hi, my name is Lewis. I'm the guy that accidentally cleaned your apartment. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. And that's what he texted him. So he didn't even call him. He texted the guy back. She was understanding, though, and said she felt bad for him since she knew the place had been a total mess. She kept his number on file in case they ever needed it cleaned in the future.
Well, he did a good job then.
So
Or maybe they wanted liquor.
I was gonna say, maybe that's what we need to do with podcasts then. Maybe we just need to like, hey, can I see your phone for a minute? And then just start downloading our podcasts on everybody's phones. Like the screensaver is us, you know? And it's like every time you open, it goes right to iTunes. It's like, what did you do? I don't, sorry. Here's a note.
Right. I was trying to call someone and this happened. I don't.
Yeah.
They gave me the wrong number, I think.
I thought I had somebody else's phone. You just took it from me.
Well, that was someone else's phone.
It is someone else's phone. Yeah. This one's mine.
Yeah.
That's someone
This one's
else's.
someone
Yeah,
else's.
someone else's. Yeah. So, but then the next headline, and I'm not going to read into it, but it says, "Do I smell a business opportunity?" So,
Oh, so you're there.
yeah, yeah. I wonder what we'd call that though, where you're breaking in and
Yeah.
cleaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't clean break. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's not bad.
The clean break.
The
I
clean
don't know.
break, yeah.
You know? So yeah, that'd be just kind of weird, but they spent 2.5 hours in there and just to actually tell somebody, hey, I'm right here playing with your cats, man, waiting for you to get home. Buddy, I don't have any cats.
I got some bad news for you.
Good that we don't need to discuss that pantyhose drawer then either. Good. You know what? I'm kind of relieved.
Yeah. Ooh, that answers a lot of questions.
Because I thought I had it with the cats. I was like, oh, I think I know what's going. I thought only 2, you know. Wow. That is a good business idea though. Maybe we'll have to come up with that.
Yeah.
Clean break and like you have a bucket with like a crowbar hanging out of it.
Right.
So it's like, look, we'll get in.
Right.
Okay. And your place will be clean. You know? So hey, that was pretty fun actually.
Yeah.
I like between the Fight Me Bra and that was a pretty good story.
And the tangents. Sure.
Yeah. And the tangents. Yeah.
I think that's the most fun.
Yeah. So where can they find us, Ted?
They can find us even if you're dead.
Yeah.
They can find us at That Checks Out WTT all across all the socials. They can find us all that stuff at thatchecksout.net.
Why
You
are
can
your
find
fingers
us
crossed?
Anywhere. God, I hope. They can find us anywhere in any of the podcast streaming things. Just
Things and stuff. You can find us on Things and Stuff.
I don't know if they can do that. What are you, an idiot? They can find us on all the podcast apps.
What am I, a farmer?
Yeah, what am I, a farmer? Just search for That Checks Out. You can find us at Audiohive Podcast Studio, but don't. Well, that took a long time for you to be like, wait, what is he saying?
I'm telling you right now.
That checks out.
Healy's house. That's going in there. It's going in there. Get ready again. Here it comes.
You know, when I put that sample on the board, I wasn't thinking about the future. We don't think about the future enough. We don't think about the consequences of our actions. And I'm sorry, folks, but he loves that button.
That does not. It's Strange Stories with Damon and Ted.
On the board, did it?
Yeah.
And I haven't
Yeah.
Still not on.
Oh, really? You ready? You on?
Yeah.
Yes. Just when I thought you couldn't be any more useless, you go and totally redeem yourself. And now to Ted with traffic. Well, we're in studio. It's not bad. There is a line for the restroom though.
With traffic's on the 8s.
Traffic's on the 8s.
There's no line at the drive-through.
Because
But when you get to the front, don't blame me.
oh, that is my new favorite button. I am going to abuse the shit out of that button.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mac.
Matter of fact, what number is that on? You're going to want to move that around the board. Otherwise, number 15, the button's going to be worn off. You don't want to move that one around. It's like potluck. It's like,
You have really tickled.
yeah.
When I know
With my magic fingers.
when I wanted to sample that and I got on YouTube to search for like In the Air Tonight drum fill,
Yeah.
there is a startling amount of content out there. One of them is like In the Air Tonight, except when it gets to the drum fill, it repeats for 10 hours.
Oh, really?
And that's the one I sampled this from because it's just that
Right.
that
Because
beat
it's
over.
it's cleaner to pull it out of there.
And it's
yeah.
yeah. It's literally a 10.
I like all the
video.
TikToks where they leave all the kitchen cabinets open and then they come around and it's doo, 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 yeah. Or the guy falls, they fall and you hear that. Yeah. No, it's good stuff.
Oh man,
Definitely gonna make my day.